I really can't wait for this to get underway. Big welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Katowice 2020. G2 versus Fnatic in a best-of-3 to decide who gets to go to the grand finals. Fnatic starting on the T side, G2 on the CT side. So bring all of your friends and let's get this on the way. And Jason, already, we recognize this setup from G2 on the CT side.
Yes, indeed we do. I mean, we've been seeing this frequently. We've touched on it. A lot of 1-4s going on, especially here on Inferno. There's no Molotov. There's nothing in middle to really block off any kind or split the attack. It's just a couple of flashbangs. But you have to imagine, if there's any noise cue at top mid from Fnatic, that's going to be a pop flash peak. And unfortunately, as these gambles often go, the B bomb site is the target, and therefore you're attacking the one player. You're attacking just Kenny S, who will not really be able to do anything. Hopefully gets one kill and hopefully survives.
Yeah, just is in quotation marks here. Just remember that at home. Still a minute and 7 seconds. They're going to be smoking it off. He actually wants to try and body block it to see if he could create a little bit. He could look over it, but he's very exposed up here. Crouching down. They still should be able to see him. I'm fairly sure they can see the top of his helmet there, but let's find out. He turns for the flashbang, what he thought was a flashbang. There's a little bit of one instant headshot. That's such a good move. Now, everything else is just cherry on top. They can go for the retake. They can try and see if they could do this and maybe get a chance to stop Fnatic.
And Fnatic has to set up early for the retake. They've actually pushed towards CT spawn. No one's covering Banana. That's a must-win fight, and Nexa has it. Golden finding Kenny S, but now it's on. 3 players coming up Banana.
Yeah, and they have one flashbang there on Nexa and a defuse kit. Can they set it up nicely? Then might be all they need. Oh. Running a shot from Jax. Krims a bit out in the open, a bit of an off angle, and Jax will continue taking down Krims as well, leaving Golden in a 1 versus 4. He's already got the 1 kill, but he's going to have to try and ace them while stopping the defuse that's already coming through. Golden, and he's not going to be quick enough here, I think. That defuse is a second away, and Golden, he gets one more shot, but that was too much to handle. He'll try and see, he'll get the ace at the end, but it is not enough to save them, and G2 will win the round.
Yeah, that is, everything went well for G2 to win that. Kenny S with the opening pick, playing it passively from there, a little bit of extra damage, but mostly just falling back and helping to protect construction, helping to maintain a presence for that flank to eventually come into play. That was a huge, huge performance, and Golden, you got to feel for him. 5 kills, I mean, that's a rough way to lose a round when you get an ace in that fashion. Nothing he really could have done, though.
No, and I mean, we could, we could apply a lot of sort of retroactive analytics to that one and say, oh, what could he have done to make it different? But if you're in that scenario, you do what you can. If there was another 2 seconds on that defuse, then yeah, he aces and wins the round. So definitely not on Golden that one. Brilliant play overall. And Fnatic getting close enough that, that's almost a bit of a coin flip in that round. Actually, it's nice to see that G2 actually win the round in spite of the stack, because we've seen that go, the way of the T's almost instantly in other games on Inferno when they have that 1-4 setup in the pistol.
Still, the danger's not out of it for G2. Fnatic have a pretty good clip of converting the second round after losing the pistol, so
yes,
we'll see how they're able to manage this one. It's going to be possible, especially with those creeks. Krims has the Galil. Little bit of utility, which makes this B hit still very dangerous. It's just enough to make a solid attack. There's no Molotov for Coffins, no smoke for Coffins, but those flashbangs can do damage. Now the question becomes, does G2 read the silence across the map behind this smoke? This is going to get stalled out for another 14 seconds or so.
I think they're going to try and boost over. Now, if they get the kill, that's huge, because otherwise, both Nexa and Amanek on the other side had 2 smokes and Molotovs as well. They're trying to see if they can just burst their way through. No sign they were coming, and that's an instant opening to the B-bomb site. That's so well done. Kenny trying to swing to win a fight there, but that's a very, very deep smoke indeed.
They started that attack before even putting the smoke down. I thought surely they would have at least thrown that and gone with it, but they just wanted the power. They wanted the surprise factor, and they're going to get a round out of it. They're going to tie things up, so it's a 50% clip of them winning that pistol, or the second round after losing the pistol, and that's going to keep rising. Again, Fnatic have success there. And that is such a sick way to initiate attack. We're going to see a lot of that. We noticed it yesterday, just so you can keep an eye on it as a viewer. Fnatic has, a lot of teams have started adding this in, and I notice it most in Fnatic is these executions, when they start coming through smokes, there's flashes thrown with them. So when they're popping out of the smoke for the defenders are forced to stay looking straight at their opponents, and that's when the flashbang is most effective.
That was a great example of it. What a knockout. And if they had not done that, they would have lost around like 99% of the time, because I think that smoke that they were flashing their way through, that was put up at around 55-ish seconds. They had another smoke and 2 Molotovs behind that. So if they waited it out, they could have waited pretty much the whole round and would have never made their way through. So that was the way to try and get there. great call from Fnatic. That's perfect.
Also, a nice timing in that boost over. I mean, that player on the left inside the site, you know he's going to have a nade out to be able to just counter, and they just hit a timing where none of the defenders are prepared for it. Good shooting from Fnatic. Golden eats some nade damage. We have to say, after such a good pistol run as well, remember, Golden was stellar. Delayed take a banana for the CT side. Golden's blind. He could do nothing. Good trade from Flusha. But again, utility from G2 is pretty solid. He's brought down, and he's dead now. He's dead for sure. Launched up almost over the gate.
They did say that they would try and, not throw smokes, and turns out HGs are much better against Flusha. It's a good call. Doubt they can stick to it, but still. They're up a man in this round, but down in terms of the weapons. No armor on Amanek.
Yeah, but look at this passive defense. If G2, this is kind of one of those rounds where they almost have to be just because they don't have the firepower to match it, but look for that later on in the gun rounds because Fnatic is going to love these passive defense. They love creeping up towards lane, towards rap side, and just taking open duels, especially with the Kriegs.
Smoke's being put out. There's Brolan being flashed through. Hoping to catch Kenny. Not going to be quite able to. Now they're all the way over at the quad side and pit while actually they're moving up. So there could be a B split here, but they're going to get flanked fairly quickly. Look at Kenny already moving out with Jax. They know that something is amiss here in the middle. And Amanek and Nexa, they just have to buy time over at that B bomb side. That's really the only thing that matters right now. Just try and stay alive. 25 seconds left. P250 here at the back, and Amanek, he's not got that much to work with either. So just the pistols defending B at the moment. And there comes the flank. Crim's turning for
bomb.
about...
It's over.
Oh, you're right. That is the bomb. That's even worse. What a pick to find.
Yeah, for the second round, for how convincing it was and how aggressive it was through the smoke, this one they get stalled out. They're waiting for Brolan to wrap all the way around, but at some point, they'd never had the information that mid was being cleared by G2. So nice proactive defense from G2, wanting to go find the information and turning it into the game-winning play.
That is such a good illustration of, of the kind of basics that we want to see on Inferno. I mean, this is a bit of an exaggerated version because they keep pushing mid, but even seeing that it's mid, even going there to find out late in the round, that's huge. We just broke another player record, I believe. I can't remember what the exact number is, but something high up there.
934,000,
yeah.
I believe I was told.
So chances are we've got some new viewers as well who aren't used to watching Counter-Strikes here. We like to see that kind of a tactical thing. If you're on the defensive side, you can't just stay defensive forever because you've no idea what the attacking T side is actually doing. So G2, they take that guesswork all away. They go look, they see no one on the A side of the map, and they decide to go and be aggressive. Flusha in the middle of a lake of fire. But it's the MP9 that will bring him down.
He was so trapped. Brolan up mid. There is one in Cubby. Brolan won this fight a lot yesterday towards that half wall, and JW is going to go down for free. He might get Kenny, but Hunter surely going to take that. And there it is. Saw the shoulder first, prepared the whole way. But now Brolan's put into play, missed his opportunity. He comes back for another. He knows there's one in pit. Dinked already, but he can still challenge for the fight. Hunter moving up along the wall. Brolan again, a great read. He flicks over so quick, and now pit is exposed, and now it's taken over by Fnatic.
That is disgusting by Brolan. He should have been dead. He was dinked. You said they knew he was even, and still he was quicker with that creep. Crims, that's an easy shot on Nexa, and that leaves Amanek 1 versus 2. And the bomb, well, it's not planted yet, but he's got almost no health. He's got no kit, no grenades or anything. Yeah, he needed to find someone, sneak in a kill, and at least make it a one-on-one. When the bomb goes down, he might just try and gun for it anyway, but this will be a very tough fight to win. And Crims in the perfect position. Fnatic, they bring it right back, even it out at 2-2.
Back and forth, a seesaw game to open things up. Fnatic coming out on top, and that's what I was talking about, a passive defense. Someone like Brolan is going to eat them alive. This is just so bold. He gets dinked immediately, but he knows, like, if we're going to win this round, I have to remain aggressive, and those are some phenomenal shots with the Krieg.
Yeah, because the shot that Crims got originally from Boiler, well, that's the sort of just click mouse at one and you get that kill. But Brolan, he was looking the wrong way. He was aiming in the different direction.
With only 13 health.
Yeah.
So fair play. Got that young man reactions.
We do talk about that, don't we?
There's the smoke for the car. They do throw smoke. Amanek. Another nade as well. Pretty good job, I think, from G2. I mean, the unfortunate thing that it's 2-2 is that G2's done a good job in Banana when they've had presence there. It's 2 rounds now with guns where G2's been able to find some kills, at least trade some kills, and come out with at least a one-man advantage. Just not able to convert it in the 5-on-4. This round should be a freebie for Fnatic. Everyone has rotated and gambled towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, and you understand the way they were trying to sell that even.
Yep.
1 smoke, 1 HE, but, just hoping that Fnatic say, actually, let's not
Well, JW is going to have some attention. Chance to stat pad a little bit. He pre-fires hearing the footstep. There's a second. He holds the trigger, third and fourth. And he's going to back away. Does not want to lose. Does not want to have to rebuy. Reloading the AK-47. And it's Almanac. Is he going to give up the ace? I think surely JW is going to find it, and he does. All 5 for JW. Golden had an ace earlier in a loss, but that's 5 rounds where 2 players on Fnatic have gotten aces, which is unlikely.
That's how you want to start a semi-final, though.
Does it count as an ace if you lose the round?
Yeah, it still counts.
Okay.
We'll give it to him. It's fine. I think if anyone, Golden deserves it. He's been putting in the work. 2 aces in 5 rounds. Yeah. If that's the level, if that's where we start building from in this particular semi-final, which it could be. I think both these teams are so fun to watch. There's not going to be a boring match no matter what. No one is going to start playing slow and scared Counter-Strike. It's going to be aggression, and it's going to be a lot of it here. Flusher, yeah, well, you see it running through the smoke with a MAC-10. Powerful way to find an opening. A little bit scared with the MAC-10, but no one's going to challenge him. And they're back with a 4-man setup over at the top middle. So let's see if Fnatic run into it. If they don't, and they just surprise Amanek, which again, we've seen one good flashbang can do it, it's going to be scary.
Well, Fnatic struggled to bust up aggressive mid strategies yesterday against 100 Thieves. This time, just the Molotov, just the utility usage forces all of G2 back, and look at their utility. This pressure is going to force a lot. Actually, both sides, a minute remaining, and each side only has 2 smokes. This is going to be a brawly round. That's a good peek from Kenny, as fast as ever. 4 players here to defend still.
Nice to see Kenny hit that shot. That should be one of the super weapons they have on this team. He gets Golden mid-air, trying to escape. That's a brilliant shot once again. And JW and Flusher, yeah, they got the mid control, but they got picked apart waiting. And they actually were waiting. They were set up. They were expecting G2 to come and retake it. They just couldn't win the fight against Kenny.
I like that G2 kept up the pressure, stayed in those positions, especially considering 2 players on each side, so no reason to fall back. Tough part now is even with this 1-man loss, there's still an opportunity for Fnatic. 1 player in the bomb site. If Kenny misses a shot, Jax can be in some trouble. Kenny can also get smoked off. JW has that in his hands over in Halls.
You're absolutely right. That actually is a bit of a problem. He's going to use it to try and get out from on the balcony there. A little bit of a shoulder peek, and Kenny was ready to take one more. Nearly connects with that one. 5 seconds left here, so JW can't actually win the round. Could still do some excellent damage, but that's not going to be a feature either. Nice triple for the French sniper. 3-3, so back in the hands of G2 now. The economy, I mean, they survive with quite a few members there, and that's going to help them out a lot. No bomb plant for Fnatic.
No, not at all, but they should still be able to put some weapons out on the board. You're going to see an AWP in JW's hands. He liked taking picks up Banana with that op in their game against 100 Thieves. We'll see how he decides to utilize it here against Kenny S and the rest of G2. This time far back looking for a mid-peak. And are we going to see this duel? Kenny knows they still have money, perhaps not willing to risk his own op.
No, there was a time, I mean, early on Inferno when it actually would be, you know, the CTs challenging the Ts down the middle. It happened a lot, and then it went away almost overnight.
The oppers were so dominant back then that it was...
I think people also just started looking at the raw stats for how often you win it. I remember talking to Sonic from Astralis about this, and he said they had actually crunched the numbers for Device doing it, and it just wasn't working out. So maybe that information just slowly spread. Now we see the run boost every once in a while, which is still very enjoyable.
An off angle for Jax to peer into a narrow corner, and it's a good thing he moved out of it, because Brolin, suspecting, goes for the pre-fire peek. Could have been deadly. Again, an attempt at top mid control. Molotov from Kenny S is going to slow things down from Fnatic, but he's smoked off, and they're going to change their position. Kenny S with the op was spotted in the previous round at mid. Now he's going to head over towards the B bomb site, which is exactly where the attack is headed.
They have no defensive grenades on B. I was almost panicking and losing my mind when I saw Amanek alone there. Now it's Kenny moving up close, but there's the whole team on the other side. Fnatic, yeah, this is, oh no, it's not even a kill. He can't make it back around the corner, and this UMP, it can't stop the entire Swedish lineup. There's absolutely no way he can do this. They're coming for him. Golden to open up on Nexer as well, and suddenly, yeah, the round has just disappeared. I think even if Kenny gets that kill, they still probably lose this round. That's so hard to hold.
I think the unfortunate thing for Kenny is if he actually keeps swinging, if that player doesn't run into his crosshair, he peeks wider, and he probably grabs one that's close up to him, which means he'll have the time to fall away. Yeah, if he took a shot at a player that's very far back, not realizing they were close around the corner, and no time to run away. Fnatic is on the hunt. Jax wants nothing to do with it, and that's a pretty tough round for the economy of G2. It cannot sustain that loss. Jax at 0, everyone else, or 3 other players around 1,500. They'll get some money, but I mean, they can choose to force up likely in this round, but that would be a big risk. It's still very early in the half to make that kind of a decision. I have to imagine we're going to get a timeout from the G2 side.
Yeah, because this game is so back and forth and G2 can't build up a really strong economy, they keep getting into these weird positions where those B players don't really have the utility to be able to defend well enough. Again, if you're brand new to the game and you haven't been watching that much Counter-Strike, you know, a simple test you could try and do at home, Amanek, who's anchoring that B bomb site most of the time, when you get to around that 50-second mark, just check how many grenades he's got left. If he's got just flashbangs, that's a problem. I would say if you can save at least a smoke or a Molotov, one or the other, at something like sub 40 seconds, you're starting to look a little bit better. Things are more reasonable. But if you're forced to use them or you just can't buy them because of the economy, that's a big problem on that B defense.
Yeah, but it's not a big problem at all for Fnatic. This is exactly the state they want you to live in as a defense on Inferno. This is the kind of hell they want you to experience, where you have just enough money to have the powerful weapons and some utility, but not enough to really have a very powerful defense throughout the entirety of the round. And that is going to open up options for Fnatic, you know, later on. That's when they have a free glimpse into the B bomb site with a Krieg or an op. That's when they have the free glimpse over towards the broken wall at the A bomb site.
It does make their life so much easier. Grenade gonna go into that corner, but doesn't really touch Flusher all that much.
No, but Flusher got beat up a couple times by those nades flying over towards those logs, so just notice how he's kind of adjusted his positioning in Banana. So that gamble, ooh, Jack's gonna get traded. No, that smoke is confusing. He does get it, Brolin, but he's dinked for his troubles. Not bad from Jax with the only gun. The problem is, it cannot be salvaged unless Hunter wants to risk a lot.
There was a legitimate shot he could have even had the double. Yeah, I mean, that would have changed the round. Now it's down to crazy pistols, which on Inferno, that CZ 75, the rate of fire on it could be really good. They've gambled A bunch of times. Now they're back to gambling B, and Fnatic have gone B a lot, so maybe it makes sense here. Nexa has got an HE grenade. That's one of those things that, you know, it shouldn't do a lot, but there is a kind of a confined space if you end up running into B, and if it lands at the right spot, slow people down.
Hunter needed that kill, because Golden's going to clear out the A bomb site. He's just going to be like, wait, you guys don't have to go B. Don't do anything just yet.
Oh, they're going to push.
Yeah, they're going to push. Flush is ready and waiting. There's the first kill. And Brolin's got his back as well. So this is just going to fizzle out. Nice try from G2, and Fnatic have a 2-round lead.
Some heads-up play from the Swedes. Not even gambling a bomb site. Not saying, you know, let's flip a coin for it. Golden actually checking. Yeah, this moment here, he even switches, just wants to run. Wonder if that would have, I mean, I think they would have probably had a good chance of winning the round. Auto shotgun on Jax. That's a classic.
He's our auto shotgun man, isn't he? We've always had like one, at every era of the pro scene, there's always been someone who's our shotgun guy. And at the moment, it's Jax, previously on BK. He's taken the title away. Let's see what he's got. Now, Hunter just played in that position in the round previous. So Fnatic might be aware if they do head to halls. Utility exchange in Banana. Here come those nades towards logs again. Golden eats some damage, but the flashbangs are just so perfect. Golden sees it all. Good headshot onto the first, and he spotted a lot, and Brolin doesn't check it twice.
Man, didn't even get a chance almost. 4 versus 3. Deep breath now on G2. This is such a critical round. They can't let Fnatic keep going. We talked about this all day yesterday. This particular Swedish lineup, once they start to feel comfortable, once they start laughing and smiling, it's bad news. So shut them down early on in this half and make sure they can't get into it properly. And with this 4-on-3 lead, I mean, especially keeping the rifles alive, getting that G2 economy build up, there's so much. I think a lot of this first half is going to be dependent on how they get out of this round.
Mid-control for Fnatic. Kenny's going to push up. There is an Opper holding the angle, but they all missed the opportunity. JW trying to equalize. The flick's not quick enough. He's got to back away.
That's kind of cool. Again, flashed in from pit to try and retake that control. Flusher does go down. And Kenny, oh, if he could get the AWP. I wonder if JW even wants to try and just maybe almost throw it away, pick it up for something else, hide it somewhere.
No, he wants the economic damage. I don't mind him keeping it.
Yeah, but you could just pick up another rifle, couldn't you?
Well, 14 seconds, he's just going to back away and hope that no one's hunting him. I like this continued aggression from Kenny. Flusha didn't expect him to continue pushing, and JW didn't even want the fight.
Yeah, he's right.
So 5-4, 1-round lead for Fnatic. Another bye coming in for the Swedish side on offense.
Yeah, oh, not going to be given over.
And you have to be happy if you're G2. Finally, they can breathe a little bit easier, at least for 1 round, because the money's still going to be tight, but at least they have all their nades. At least they're going to have all the kits they want. At least they're going to have all the weapons and the Molotovs and the smokes. That's a powerful shot to the head.
Yeah, that's the range where that auto shotgun really, does a lot. Once you get into medium range, no one actually understands how that functions anymore. Long range, sometimes you can get a lot of damage, and then again, no one knows how.
It's like the podbot shooting. Karim's got
There's a reference.
There's a reference and a half. So many flames. JW's burning. It's spreading right on top of him. And look at the exchange of utility dump. And actually, Fnatic throws that Molotov that forces Amanek away from the nades, but he's so blind. Forces him away from the nades, but right into the flashbang. And this is brutal. 3-man stack means Hunter is still here. Low HP on Golden. He's going to go down surely to that nade, but he backs up.
Can't believe he's still alive. Normally, we don't want the defense to be, that much sort of one at a time, but I think that catches Fnatic off guard. They keep thinking it can't possibly be more people around this corner, and more keep showing up. But now the defense for G2, in a 3-on-3, it's all over the place. That's another attempt at a bait, throwing the smoke behind Hunter.
Yeah, but joke's on them. Golden doesn't have the HP to be aggressive, so he's just got to sit back and hold the line. You're right, that third player, G2 brought over, so he can spend his utility, which allows the anchors to keep theirs. Now, if there's another flashbang, Hunter's probably going to cry. Karims has 1.
Oh, they're going to almost, it looked like they wanted to try and maybe boost on the other side there. He does spot it out, and at 40 seconds, yeah, Kenny doesn't want to rotate back. Smart call from Hunter, just saying, don't come, I've got it under control, I'm up here. And now, under 40 seconds, going to try and see if they can get that mid-control. Kenny, the timing is so good for that peak, and he lines up all 3! That could not have been better. They hear the sound of that AK ring out, and they just can't really turn in time. That ties it up 5-5, and now there's a huge chance for G2 to really make a run at it here. This could be big. 3-peak, this is so good.
I like that. We've seen it now with the AWP. We've seen it with the rifles a couple times from Kenny. He's had 2 fast flanks when they take control of mid and he pushes down. So, I mean, I really like how Kenny's playing this middle portion of the map at the moment. He's got that AWP, and this time he might actually go for a peek. He's going to go back for it. Yeah, he's got the AWP. He knows it's such a weapon advantage. He just wants to take off the head of Golden. Narrow miss. Again, 2 Molotovs and 2 HE grenades rain down Banana from the defense, as well as a deep smoke.
This is such an opportunity, again, for the G2 side, if they can come out alive with enough weapons. And then, again, they could end up with a very good first half. I think Fnatic are actually probably feeling quite confident, having already 5 rounds. T side, that's a good starting position.
It's a good place to be at this point. All you need to do is add 1 or 2 onto it, and you're feeling great.
Ooh, Flush is going to be throwing that flashbang from middle, isn't he, when they all show up in the apartments. That is, I just love that idea.
Only if he can get there. You've got
Only if he can get there.
You've got Nexa peering down Banana pretty aggressively, and he's actually just going to go towards Rap side. Actually, this is pretty aggressive from Golden with that Deagle. Jack sees it. He pops up for the fight. He's actually taking some damage as well. Nade in. Fnatic's going to back off. Now a smoke. 40 seconds on the clock, and Fnatic have to change their point of attack.
Yeah, they get deflected from that side. 30 seconds. Flusha still thinking about it. I was going to say, it's the only tool they have to do anything with, so it's going to have to happen sooner rather than later. 20 seconds now. Flashbang in the air. It does a little bit to Jax, but I don't think quite enough, so it's worth an attempt. But yeah, you need the defense to be in a particular configuration for that to be really effective, and behind that wall down there, good cover. 6-5. G2 make it out with every single rifle alive. They're looking like they're making a pretty sweet comeback at the moment.
Well, they've won 3 in a row, rounds 9, 10, and 11. And that's the first time in this half they've been able to string any rounds together. Their first 3 were just disjointed. with that early back and forth. But now the big thing is they can actually just run the gamut in the rest of this half as well because they have the money. That's the biggest thing that prevents CT sides from building momentum across 3-4 rounds is not having the nades, and they're going to feel much more comfortable. Again, only 2 players to defend. They didn't bring that third over, so all the utility is used early, but it does work. Flusha down to 11, and Kenny's got a pick on the other side.
He shot him through the wall as well, and Brolin goes down. Flusha wasn't in that tree corner. He was actually, they sort of bounced him off the wall this time, so even changing their trajectory a little, absolutely can wallbang that, and that did a fair bit of damage. Good idea, but still a 4-on-5.
It's essentially a 3-on-5. Flusha has to be passive with 11 HP. He's only got a smoke, so he'll sit far back, let the rest of his teammates do the work. And I think for Fnatic, knowing you saw that aggressiveness from Kenny S, knowing you saw some presence in those A-hulls, you're going to fall back to the B bomb site. Up banana we go. Standard set piece. And Kenny, again, last time he tried this, it didn't go well. He needs that close peek. He needs to find Golden, not the players from behind. And it's deja vu. It's the same exact thing all over again, which has got to be frustrating, but they're still in a good position to win the round.
Yeah, they are. Just keep it cool here. A little bit of a flashbang for Amanek to maybe take a peek. Oh, Crims! That's a stunning headshot to take down Amanek behind the coffins, and still a 2-on-3. And again, as you said, Flusha is at 11 health, which is about 10 more than he needs to be dangerous, so never ever count him out. 30 seconds as the bomb goes down. Crims boosted up here, and Flusha's crouching past the smoke, out of the range of that HE. Actually did about 2 damage to him, so still got that 8 health that he needs.
They can't help each other in any way, though. Crims is going to have such a tough time. This one's all on Crims.
We'll see what happens. No more grenades either. He's set up for it. A couple of flashbangs rain in. They have a Molotov as well, and if that lands on Crims, he's absolutely done. Flusha, oh, instant headshot. That's a good pick off there. They take their time, they set it up, they use the grenades they needed. Good round.
I have to imagine, normally that Molotov is going to go all the way into the back corner at triple, but I'm assuming Crims turning from that flash and re-scoping in gave the audio cue to the flanker.
Oh yeah, that could well be.
That's because that Molotov into that position, you better be convinced someone is there.
This is a powerful shot coming out. So, twice now for Kenny. Now the thing is, you want to say
I like the play.
I like the play as well.
Yeah.
But you could be tempted to criticize it. But there is, again, we're talking about what a dangerous and powerful team Fnatic is. That's a way to take away some power from them. Like take that initiative. It's just twice. It's been a little bit unfortunate with the timing, but
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, in his defense as well. I mean, he's turned that corner twice now, and he's had 2 players exposed. The first one was like a shot through the wall, so it didn't kill him. This one, he missed the opportunity, but it's that close-up player that you don't quite swing wide enough to see.
And there is a danger in leaving Fnatic to their own devices out there. Just letting them execute, letting them set it all up, absolutely can be risky. Kenny now all the way on the other side of the map. Only pistols and a lot of grenades, though, on the Fnatic side. So I think they're going to try and do the same thing, you know, the waterfall play, but they get caught before they even get there. I'm pretty sure they were going to have JW flash them in from the middle or smoke them in from the middle, and it just never even happens.
Man, I love seeing this Kenny S. This is now, he's been in Banana, he's been at the B bomb site, we've seen him in middle, now he's in halls. This is exactly the way an Alper should be playing Inferno.
And Kenny used to be one of the all-time best AWPers on this particular map. Had I don't know, like a couple of years of absolute confidence dip and just not able to, for a variety of reasons, seeing him back this way. Yeah, I don't think many people maybe even thought that was going to be possible.
Well, now you have the strength. I mean, Nexa and Hunter coming into this team has been an absolute revelation. Just adding that extra power. And obviously him and Nexa, as he spoke in the pregame interview with OJ, talking about, you know, kind of bond he has with Kenny S in terms of in-game, knowing what he likes, knowing how he plays, and it's showing. Kenny S's performance have just been getting better and better in this G2 team, and they are looking so dangerous. This tournament might well be the revelation that G2 is a team to be feared again. Flusha, just doing Flusha things. Trying to lure someone into something stupid, having a good time. Reading a comic book.
That is still one of my favorite pictures. There's only like 3 people in the broadcast, Jason, that even knows what we're talking, and I'm one of them, so.
Did it for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's fantastic to see. Heartwarming to see Kenny play this way.
Listen, you want to hear a crazy stat that we just got passed along? So shout out to the stats guy. It's been 1,666 days since Kenny S made the finals of an IEM event. That was IEM Gamescom in 2015.
Wow.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was one of the fun formats where you get like 3 lives. So, listen, it's been a while. Almanek's got an opening kill, delivering Kenny closer to that next grand final at Intel Extreme Masters.
Well, that would be something if he could actually make it. What a great, that's a great historic throwback. I enjoy that. Yeah, Amanek winning the fight straight up allows them to put 4 people at the A-bomb site at somewhat of a less risk. He's still playing over. They've still got a smoke, and as long as he keeps jumping and not challenging and just waits to put the smoke up, it should be all fine. Fnatic going to try and see if they can take a little bit of mid-control without hopefully losing anyone, because then they can start to build their way back. Again, 5 rounds is pretty good for the Swedish side, but obviously they would love another one just to see if they could get it in here at the end. You build a little bit more. Hunter sneaking in a kill. Golden going to be a bit upset at that one. And they're still sticking in the corner. No Molotovs to burn them out. Kenny coming through with the kill before he goes down, but yeah, that mid-control not being allowed. That's what we saw earlier. Whenever Fnatic try and hang around there, G2 come and find them.
I think the big key to this G2 side so far, whether it's the op from Kenny S, able to pick off Fnatic players swinging around corners going for their duels, or whether it's just multiple bodies and utility at the point of attack, Fnatic have not had a whole lot of success in the later stages of this half of finding openings. And we said that was going to be critical for a team that likes to play more intuitive, more individual, find your open fights. Fnatic's not finding those because G2's just shutting it down immediately. They've controlled Banana very well at the start of these rounds.
Yeah.
They've been great and proactive in middle. And when they're not aggressive in middle, Kenny S has an op that's getting a pick. So G2 now, I mean, what? This is a 6-round run from 5-3 to 5-9.
It's worked out very well for them all of a sudden. And I think this is a good template if you wanted to figure out and you know, just have a way to build a CT side on Inferno for. It's so cool to watch. Because there are so many other teams that we get to see nowadays that they end up playing so far back in on that A-bomb site, they never know what's happening at top middle, and as a result, they get surprised. They end up stacking the wrong bomb site, and not happening here. Grenade, ooh, it could, yeah, that's
oh my Lord.
So much damage. They had armor, and it still almost blew 4 or 5 of them up.
Now they have Kenny with the AWP, this time not being aggressive, so the health matters a little bit less. And he's got the support of Almanek, who's waiting in the far back, waiting in dark for Kenny to take a shot and drop away. Just one flashbang to force him off the angle. Kenny might get caught again. Oh, that's a great recovery. And Almanek gets the other one, allows him to fall back into safety. He does eventually go down, but Almanek and Kenny S have delivered a man advantage in this round 15.
Bomb attempted. Oh, through the coffin. Golden never stood a chance, and they needed that bomb plant to happen instantly. Now, Crims is on it instead of 2-on-4 in the afterplant here for Fnatic, and they just don't even know where to stand right now. G2 coming in from every single side, and it will be one more round. 10-5 at the end of the half, favoring the G2 lineup. Jax pretty high up there, but it's Kenny topping the scoreboard at 15-7.
Yeah, Fnatic had a good start to this half. They were starting to run away with it when they had the economic advantage, but as soon as G2 got the money, they came back with fury. 10-5 in the favor of G2. This isn't over. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Intel Extreme Masters here. It's the first semi-finals. G2 and Fnatic, and G2 off to a very good spot. They had to really fight for it. They almost lost that economic edge early on in that first half, but 10-5 going into the second half is great news, but the moment you think that you've put Fnatic away,
it's the moment
lost.
Yeah, they want you to be thinking that. They want you in that mindset. Fnatic have had some heartbreaking comebacks. This is going to be awesome. Fnatic on the CT side now starting it out on defense. Down 5 rounds. CZ on Brolin, a little bit of utility as well. And an 8 on Golden with a kit. JW is going to see nothing, but he's got to be careful with his timing. He's so committed. Oh, that is really brutal. That is the double-edged sword that is JW throughout his career. He likes to make plays like that.
And again, you almost want to pause the game and ask Jax, how did you know that was the exact moment to just go for the peak?
I think he was remaining quiet in case there was a flashbang to a peak, and it just worked out perfectly for him. But well, yeah, it could be a question.
They're going to go for it. Immediate execute in a 5-on-5.
Oh, what?
4-on-5 here. Golden somehow hits a shot on Kenny. The bomb being planted on the other side, and they make the jump over to avoid any more shots through the smoke. They are playing Fnatic after all. Golden still trying, and he's almost succeeding. They're going to triple up on him. They're going to go. That smoke is going to fade, and they're all waiting for him. And down at Banana, Jax is saying no one is retaking from this side, so they know where Fnatic are coming from here. 3-on-3, and Flusher comes through with a headshot. He wants more. Brolin to help out, and now it's Jax smoked out. How could he stop this? They're lining up in front. They're just guarding that bomb deep.
Oh, he's got him!
He actually shoots him in the back of the head. They're going to get back on the bomb. Jax, one more bullet will do it, but Fnatic will get the defuse. He almost had it. What a way to kick off the second half.
It really even was just one more bullet, a one tap for that final kill, but in a losing effort. That's so close. Fair play to Jax, returning the favor through the smoke, 10-6. But Fnatic, that's going to help so much with the early economy, and OJ warned him there was going to be some shenanigans with those smokes. Flusher does a great job on this retake, and you have to feel for Jax here. 17-5, he's having a game.
He's fired up, even after losing that round. You can tell. Quad kill for him. That's so well done.
Oh, no.
And now they just power through to the next round. They get the bomb plant down and they go for the upgraded rifles. And Brolin is alone at this bomb site with not a chance in hell. They're all coming for him. He's going to get the one kill, but they're flanking around. He actually does pick up one more. Hasn't even reloaded yet. This shouldn't be happening. They had him alone in the bomb site. Now he's hiding inside of the smoke, and he's going to have a chance to reload. Backup is being called for. What a turnaround. This young star has actually managed to bring his team back into this round. Now Golden is hiding in there, and they don't even know it. He gets the kill on Amanek, and now it's a 2-on-2. And Flusher, he's waiting inside the smoke on the other side. A jump pass, Flusher comes out, and Hunter will barely win the round. Once that fight got started, it didn't even end for 20 seconds.
I mean, two really smart plays. Brolin obviously just kicks ass that entire time. The fact that he's able to keep Fnatic in that is a miracle in itself. Golden also taking up his position of his fallen teammate was really, really intelligent. But this is now 2 rounds. The pistol round and the second round, we saw JW in window. Now we're seeing 2 players peek down mid. I'm not sure the logic from Fnatic. Obviously, we have the benefit of hindsight, but you have to know a plant in the pistol round and a losing effort for the T side, you're going to have Karinks on the boards. You don't need to take that fight with a scout, with a FAMAS, whatever it was.
Yeah, they died so quick, I didn't see what they were carrying.
Exactly.
You're right. I think that's a fair point. I wouldn't even say that's necessarily hindsight. Definitely, it fits the Fnatic style of being aggressive and trying to punish. You know, even when you're on the CT side, just keep on the fight. But it absolutely backfired.
They do at times feel like they just want to play two T sides, 2 offensive sides.
Yeah, that's
3 players at top mid for the moment, but it's Deagles. Brolin's got that SMG, which as we saw in the previous round can work wonders. Karim's waiting, hoping for a shallow peek from Jax. It's not going to come just yet. Flush is rotating back though, so I mean, there's what? There's 3 HE grenades here. 2 HE grenades in middle.
Fnatic won some truly disturbing rounds against 100 Thieves yesterday with pistols. That, again, both those maps were overtime. Some of those rounds can really make a difference. Nice grenade into the middle. That's going to at least do a bit of damage. That'll really help out when you only have pistols. Even doing 20 damage with a grenade is not bad. Second one, less effective.
Yeah, Flusher was hoping they would step forward after that initial nade so he could have one that was perfectly placed. Obviously didn't pan out, but Fnatic doing a good job. At least Golden calling his teammates away, saying stick over at the A bomb site. Pop flash peek for Crims. He wants the information. He's got it. He missed the chance for a kill, and now he's going to stand his ground. He's got one. Dropped next.
That's only 12 seconds. They have to go right now, and there's still people on the bomb site. They might have made a huge mistake here, G2. Flusher going down, and they find JW. Can they get the bomb plan? I think they just barely have it. Brolin trying to sneak on through, and he can't stop the bomb from going down. A second more, and he would have had it. But G2 will live through the round. A triple kill from Kenny. This is so close.
Brolin might have got lost in the pressure, though. He could have just swung and ignored the player walking towards small pit and stopped the bomb plant. Doesn't go for it, but you're right. G2's riding a really fine line there in that round.
That flash peek at the quad corner, if that's the bomb that drops on the floor, if he actually gets the kill with Deagle the first time around, it's pure panic. I don't think they can actually win the round anymore. That is as close as it can get.
Breathe easy as everyone's excited. Another timeout being called from G2, and I respect that. That's like, guys, that was the gimme. That was the one you get per map. We cannot let that happen. They were far away when that even begins with that low of a time. It's not like they're trying to get into the bomb site and there's only 10 seconds. They're at top mid.
Yeah. And this was a huge talking point yesterday, right? You leave that door open for Fnatic, and it's bad news. Ask 100 Thieves how that works out. So, yeah, I mean, this was the time where they shut it, and it was close, right? They had their fingers in the door and everything. They were ready. 12-6, 19th round. Fnatic's economy not going to stand up to this next round here. So a single flashbang and a lot of USPs. And we'll see if they can get a couple of kills. Should obviously not be anywhere near a round one here. Flashbangs are good, but not that good. G2 taking it very cautiously.
I would too. 6-round lead. And listen, it's going to be the same circumstances in this half as it was in the previous one. As soon as Fnatic start being able to afford an AWP on JW, the nades and Molotovs, this T side is going to get very difficult and very restricted for G2. So they need to be careful. And this comes down to exactly what Golden said in the pregame for Fnatic, is we need to close games out quick. G2 need to close this out. Yeah? You liked it?
The flashbang and CT spawn.
It's just like, we don't need it. Could probably use it at this point.
Yeah. Running through without one. They got the kill on Nexa. Flusher. Happy to take the fight for the smoke. That is what he does. It's his thing. But he needed a better weapon for it.
Call it flushing.
He's just happy to do that all the time, isn't he?
13-6. First round with rifles.
Has anyone ever made just a highlight reel of Flusher shooting people through smoke?
A compilation?
It'd be a very weird frag movie because you just, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put it to like Linkin Park or something, it's gonna sound just as cool. Like maybe the old school stuff.
Maybe you just make it you just Photoshop smokes in front of all his kills on the one.
Now that's a look. That's a movie. JW with the M4, 1 kit on Flusha, 3 Molotovs, all 5 players with smokes. So not bad for Fnatic. Fortunately, Flusha, the only player with full set of utility and a kit, had to drop down to the UMP to be able to afford that.
13-6 seems bad, but how worried should they be, Fnatic?
I think if they win this round, they're just fine. If they lose this round, then you're starting to feel desperate. But certainly, they're going to give themselves this one comfort of a gun round.
I look forward to seeing if they're going to be aggressive if they start to get back into it. That was one of the really fun things to watch when they were playing Inferno yesterday. Just the constant pressure that was being applied, even when they were on that CT side. Yeah, this one is a bit more of a conservative round from their point of view, and it makes sense, again, just given the gravity of this current economic situation here. 50 seconds on the clock. Crims, nice pick-off. But on the other side, JW losing on Archway. And that means they're being pushed inside of the bomb site. Hunter nearly getting the swing and the kill there. Amanek trying to do it. The speed behind the MAC-10, but they're not checking for Crims. And he could buy a bit of time. They're shooting through the wall, and he ran out of bullets. Deep grenade. It does land on a couple of people. Can they actually bring it back here? They need this round, Fnatic. There's Golden. Nice kill, and still no bomb plant. A 2-on-2 that Fnatic could absolutely win, and must.
Nexa was so patient coming off the balcony. This play from Hunter is very risky. Those smokes, when they start to fade, a bit of a coin toss. And he actually might double up with Nexa. Okay, getting together, perhaps wanting to get aggressive, but it's against Flusha. Certainly he reads it, but no. The smoke clears. Immediate kill for Nexa. Out in the open, he's got Golden as well. Nexa shuts him down 14-6, and G2 have a stranglehold on Inferno.
That is a great fight to be winning. You know, in-game leader versus in-game leader towards the end. Instant headshot.
We highlighted Crims in our Vodafone View segment before the game began as a player to watch that needed to perform.
Yes.
He was incredible yesterday. He's 6-17 at the moment. He's having a very rough time. We talked about the experience of Fnatic and how much of an edge that could give them over G2. The three most experienced players on this team, Crims, Flusha, and JW. So many trophies, so many major trophies between the three of them, and none of them are in double digits just yet.
G2 have actually found a way to make them quiet, to not make them have the impact. And they've really had to fight for it as well. There's so many of these rounds that they're close. It seems like Fnatic are about to take over, about to win some of those clutches. And it's G2 doing a fantastic job here on Inferno. Obviously, it's map number 1, but it's a map that Fnatic are very, very comfortable with. And they have almost nothing to fight with. Scout, MP9 for Mars, a couple of deagles there on the Fnatic side. It's not looking that comfortable right now.
And yesterday they used this smoke and boiler to allow JW with an AWP to get aggressive and peek down mid. Well, I mean, with the Scout, he doesn't feel nearly as confident in doing that.
Definitely doesn't seem worth it, does it? Counter Molotov coming out. Still have 40 seconds on the clock. Golden's alone over at the B-bomb side, but no one's really been bothering him at the moment.
He's been alone at the B-bomb side for most of this game, and it hasn't mattered.
Yeah, they've just been waiting. Right at the corner, a quad here. Going to try and see if they could retake it with not that much time left. That would be cool for Fnatic. Again, if they could beat the timing, it's all they really need. Nice return as Hunter does go down, but at least Jax will pick up that one. Roland finds an angle near the hay cart. 20 seconds as they jump into the bomb site and knocking out Flusha. That's a disgusting kill from Jax. More bullets than he would have had to kill in the pit as well. 14 seconds now, and they just plant inside. They don't even clear the bomb site. They just run in and put the bomb down, and Jax flying through the smoke. And that bomb is ticking quickly already. JW gets the kill on Kenny right away, and Jackson Nexa, they're actually trapped inside of here. 2 versus 3. Fnatic need this round more than anything. They want a chance to fight here for map number 1. And Jax, he's not even scared. He's just up on the box looking for the fight at every angle. He's been so crisp already. He gets one, and he's ready, and a quad kill. What a round from Jax yet again. He's 22-8.
He's tied with Kenny S at 22-11, but Jax delivers another round. The opening to get into the bomb site in crazy fashion. The close right at the end as well. And JW, just not enough HP to confidently take that peak, to take that fight. This one was a good kill.
Yeah.
Jump into the bomb site was something wild.
Yeah, literal jumping jacks. Just actually can't believe it. 15-6. Again, close rounds, 2 versus 3s. The kind of rounds that Fnatic love to steal away, and they've had plenty of chances.
The kind that they thrive in, the kind that you normally see them coming out on top. That's their bread and butter. That's where they've won and lost their championships over their history. Crims, wrong way at the wrong time, and Jax gets a freebie. That's the mid pressure cleared out, and that's going to probably prompt Fnatic into make some kind of a play. And again, we just mentioned the previous round. Golden has a lot of rounds where he's been able to sit at this B-bomb site untested on his own. He's going to get tested, and he's going to get just steamrolled.
You're smoking an MP9
against AKs and a Kriegs.
It's not even clear how you would do that. The amount of things that would have to work out in your favor. Just don't even need one miracle. You just need a whole series of them.
5.
Yeah. Well, he's got Flusher and JW there.
Yeah, they've just rotated over now, but there's going to be another set execute coming in. There's going to be smoke. There's going to be Molotovs and those choke points. Here we go. The whole map is on this.
Great counterflash, actually. And Golden, nice amount of damage. That's a good way to get started. The kill would have been better. Follow Abici is decent enough, but can they actually win this? Oh no! Through the smoke once again! He's got the knife out looking for someone planting inside. And Amanek, he doesn't know where Flusher is at the moment. He's down below. I can't believe he's not dead yet. Finally, they get rid of him, but it's only 30 seconds, and JW through the smokes, through the wall. What is wrong with Fnatic? It's now Amanek in a 1 versus 2. They should have won this round already, and they still might. But that bomb plant, how do you put it down? They can come for the smoke. There's no safety. He's reading that. He's seeing the boost and almost looking for it. 12 seconds now, and he goes down. 7 rounds now for Fnatic. And in true Fnatic style, ridiculous kills.
Well, they got some of the miracles they needed. Flusha staying alive inside the smoke for so long. The double kill, the second one around the edge of the smoke. It doesn't make any sense, and it delayed everything for G2. This is pretty wild. That one is a nice kill. This is just a little bit of luck. Although Flusha seems to get very lucky very frequently.
Yeah, there's a point at which you have to say, but that doesn't make sense.
It's everything after that. It's surviving, it's dropping in towards water. He didn't even have to take any more fights after that. So, utility down Banana. Perhaps that was just what Fnatic needed. 8 straight to force overtime.
A lot of grenades, but they run into even more. Double there for Golden. They all stacked up on top of each other. Nice sequence, and let's shut this round down with ease. 8 rounds, well, I guess technically 9 rounds in a row to try and get into the overtime.
Well, here's the wild thing is yesterday we said it was one of the most impressive comebacks that we saw throughout the whole tournament was 100 Thieves forcing overtime against Fnatic on Inferno. And they came back, but they did a 9-1 run. Fnatic has to do 9-0. You have to do one better.
Try and see if you could improve on that, yeah. G2 had their own cup against Mouse Sports on Dust 2. Yeah. So we've actually been having a lot of those games. So, yeah, maybe we're ready for it.
It's not easy to close teams out on this stage. 15-8. Timeout called by Fnatic. Excuse me, by G2.
Now, obviously, the most difficult round to win in this kind of a comeback is the 30th, where you're 15-14. That's when
you're like, oh God, how have we let it even get here? We had such a big lead at one point.
Well, I think for both sides, I think it's difficult if you're Fnatic too. You suddenly think, oh, actually, you know, because if you make a mistake in this next round, you think, okay, well, you know, we never really had much of a chance. On to the second map. If you're 15-14, you start to think, I don't want to make the mistake that loses us the comeback. The pressure's definitely going to be mounting here. Jax, nice attempt to be quick and beat them to the corner with the deagle. But the fire didn't make that battle kind of tricky. 4 versus 5 now. As Fnatic are starting to at least play their way in. You talked about, you know, Crim's not really being there. Actually, pretty much all of the Fnatic players lacking a bit. Golden obviously has been playing very well, but some of the rest of the stars that we're hoping for, even some of these rounds will surely help them to start to build something.
No, but look at what happens to these players on an individual level when they start facing some adversity. Look at this aggression out of Flusha. Yeah, he knows he's going up against Deagles, but this is how Fnatic likes to come back in their games. They start doing some of the craziness. And to G2's credit, that craziness was coming out early in this second half, and they shut it down. The double peek in mid on the second round, the JW attempt to jump out of this balcony on the pistol round. They've handled it all well. But I mean, it only takes 1 or 2 of those to really kind of get into your brain, into your brainstem, infect everything, and then you just don't know what's going on across the map.
We've seen it so many times with the core of this team. It's one of the things that's so hard to explain, because there are many other teams, right, where if things go south, then it takes a while to start to bring people back together again. You know, maybe second map you start to put it behind you. Fnatic do sometimes have this instant energy return. They're instantly back in the game, just behind a single good round. 25th round coming up right now. A lot of grenades into those apartments early on from G2. Again, all they need is one good opening, one strong headshot to open up the round. They run into JW, and Brolin is right there, turning around. Could have maybe fought Kenny as well, but they're still going to be cleaning up the round, no problem. Beating G2 before they even get to set up any kind of a push.
Here we go. This is going to start getting worrying for G2. 15-10 is going to be the scoreline. Hunter, the last one left. He falls quickly. And Fnatic, they're going to start knocking on the door. Just 5 left in this comeback to make it happen in overtime.
Yeah, the fear. Hopefully not creeping in yet. Hopefully G2 have enough, you know, enough of a stomach here to say, you know what, still got 5 more chances. Don't panic. It's you know, now is not the time for it. But every round now, yeah, you're going to get closer.
It's the last timeout. This is a bold time to call a timeout, to talk things over for G2. They have 0 remaining. So the next 5 rounds, you know, if you're a coach, if you're Malik, you have what? You have 20 seconds to talk through what the next 5 rounds could contain, 30 seconds or so.
Chad was mentioning the 4-on-5 percentage for G2, right? And they've won about 50% right now, or exactly 50%. So that's part of what could be a little bit scary here, because we've been highlighting some of the ones that they've been winning, but if it's 50%, then, you know, yes. I don't know, it's a coin flip at the end if it keeps going that way, and you don't have that many coin flips yet. 26th round. Got a lot of HEs being picked up, 4 of them on the G2 side. If you throw them all at top banana and immediately blow up 1 or 2 people there, That would be a clean way to make it a map number 2. I like the idea.
Like the idea. Let's find out if it works. JW being aggressive, peeking down mid. He wants that shot again, but there's a smoke in his face. Calculated risk, just going for a timing shot. Counter flash. Oh, Flusha almost gets caught. And do they want to press the issue? There's the nades, and they don't all... Oh my god, they've done it. Flusha's at 2 HP. The nades have worked perfectly, but Flusha's still here. Only 2. And look, Crim's coming from behind. You've got JW with the op in front and the Molotov. Crims, it's your turn.
It's a nice lineup, in spite of the fact that G2 actually heads up play for them to turn around and see it coming. They maybe could have won that fight. But Kenny, he has to go back and pick up the bomb, and that's a little bit of a problem. Nice double kill out of Flusha. That makes a massive difference. If he just goes down with no reply, then it's all done. Crims instead saving it also at the end.
What a cool tactic from G2, even with the adversity of having that battle with Flusha peeking down, getting to half HP. Those nades worked exactly as designed and almost cracked open the round. Almost took the map away from Fnatic. But they've got 4 rounds left. It's not...
Well, so what? One of those grenades, I think, lands in front of the sandbags. If it doesn't, then he's dead. Clean entry. They lose nothing. What a small margin to still be in the map if you're Fnatic. Double AWP now in play, 27th round. We're going to waste no time and get right into the action here. Kenny ready for a fight down middle, and actually Golden pushing forward, and that's a lot of damage on Kenny and Hunt and Nexus with grenades. They've lost Banana.
This is a timing there. It's through the smoke. Crim spotted it before he was blind, but he missed the jump back into arches. He has made it eventually. Molotov to slow things down, but that's an immense amount of pressure for G2 to apply. A lot of utility being forced out on both sides.
Losing Amanek and getting the grenade damage in return. They've got top mid, but that is not that much of a comfort when you don't have Banana as well. Nexa, love to challenge and win this fight. Timing shot from Flusha. It at least forces Golden back.
We mentioned just, what, at the beginning of this, towards the beginning of this half. Flusha was in single digits. It was that experienced core, JW, Flusha, and Crims in single digits. Flusha's now at 20 kills.
It's so
you want to believe. You want to talk about powering this comeback. Crims at 12, Flush at 20, JW at 15. They've come alive here on Inferno. Crims is taken down, but again, damage done to Jax.
Nice pre-fire. Golden also helping out with a headshot. There was a real opening here for G2. They could have definitely made it onto the side. Now it's going to be more tricky. That actually doesn't extinguish it, but Brolin is still going. And JW will use the pistol to end the round with. It is looking very scary all of a sudden for G2. 15-12. This is outrageous.
And no timeouts for G2, and Fnatic just being one of those freak show teams that seems to get stronger when other teams are struggling. They seem to feed off of that and have a real sense for it. This is almost too much to handle for G2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 28th round, some pistols and an AK-47 to UMP. They're going to try and see if they can rush them down. A Banana again. They want the knockout punch to try and win the map right now. And they catch Flusha. Finally, they managed to beat him to it. Smoke is up, but Jax wants to continue. There's a bit of a gap. The flashbangs, they might have found a way. They might have just done it. Golden back here. He gets overrun. And Crims, he couldn't see anything to help him out with. A 3-on-4, a very, very quick bomb plant. This all they need right now. JW trying to get the jump over the smoke, but Fnatic, we've seen them pull way too many miracles already in this map to stay in it. This might be a little bit too much to ask for. Grenade around the corner, does land right on top of Kenny and Amanek, but that's not the problem. The problem is the time that's left here. They need to be so quick about it. They need to move right now, or they're going to run out of time. A Molotov going over, all the way in the back, burning out Nexa. They take him down, 3-on-3, but there's almost no time left. They need to move right now. Nearly getting the double. Crims goes down, and Hunter through the smoke. They have found it. 16-12, G2. They managed to close the door, and Fnatic, not an easy task.
No, we said it was going to be so difficult to close them out, closing anyone out on this stage, and that was rough. G2 had to dig deep for that final one, and it's just a standard B rush, except they don't throw the smokes. It's Fnatic, oddly enough, to get caught off guard, but listen, you can see the power in this Fnatic team, and that's got to be the conversation for the Swedes. Look how we come alive. Look at what we can do when we play our game. And that was the later stretches. That delivered them 6 rounds in a row before eventually falling. That sets us up perfectly for map 2, and that's going to come in after the break.